Hiya, it's Owlet here. I have a cold right now, so I'm going to make this as short and simple as possible. And I also have no video editing technology again, so it's just going to be, it is what it is. And usually I would do 10 things I like and 10 things I dislike, but this time it's just going to be 5, so that we can get through this a bit faster. So I'm reviewing the Christmas special episode, The Snowmen, which aired tonight. And we'll start with the things I disliked. I didn't really like that he was mean to Strax. The Doctor was mean to Strax. He seemed to just be picking on him all the time, almost because he was another alien species, which is weird because the Doctor's an alien species. And I don't know if he just has a thing for humans, but it seems to be like the only species he doesn't like dig at. And I don't know, I suppose he's not really the nicest alien in the world, but I just thought it was really random that he just kept digging on Strax. I mean, maybe it was supposed to be playful, but sometimes it just didn't come across that way, and so that was a bit random. Number 2 was Clara and the Doctor kissing. They kissed way too soon and way too fast. I mean, doesn't anyone just hug the Doctor anymore or shake hands? Everyone who meets him is trying to snog his face off, and it's been like that since like Martha, and I'm kind of over it. I mean, I know that I miss the Donna and the Doctor time. Like, can we just pare this back? Can we friend zone some of the companions, please? Like, I know that Donna and Doctor did kiss during their Wasp episode, but that was very different. They had a very different dynamic. And maybe Clara and the Doctor will not have like a lovey-dovey companionship relationship, but it just came across as vaguely Rose and the Doctor kind of vibes. And also the kiss itself was very reminiscent of Amy's kiss with the Doctor when they first go back on her wedding day in the 11th hour. Was it the 11th hour or the second one when he comes back? I don't know. When they come back and Amy starts kissing the Doctor and the Doctor's like freaking out and waving his hands and not really knowing how to respond. And it was very much the same thing. And yeah, and then River's done the same thing. It's just, they're all very mirror imaging of each other. And it's like Moffat has a skeletal, like a infrastructure of his episodes now, and he just sort of puts a new face on each one and just sort of carries across like that. And getting a bit repetitive, and she got a key really quickly too, and it just sort of takes away the meaning of it. Like, I know he has an instant connection, and so he just runs with them, but I don't know, it'd be nice to build up to something. It feels like you start at the top and you sort of tumble down. It's like you can't really go anywhere from here, which is a bit annoying. Speaking of mirror images and repetitive themes, number 3, my issue is that Oswin at the end of the episode was called the Impossible Companion, or she's impossible, and all sorts of stuff, and Amy Pond was impossible as well, and her life didn't make any sense, and so she was the impossible Pond, and everyone seemed to be very impossible. It's like, Doctor, do you travel with any possible people? I mean, what he does is impossible anyway, so I guess it's not really important, but again, it's just like cookie-cutter companions, and for a man who created Donna Noble, I just want a bit more variation. That being said, I did like the fact that Silurian and her girlfriend were back. They were quite cool. But I'll go into that on my 10 liked things. Number 4 was the Ice Lady. It was reminding me of a Sim 3 character, like one of the Sims, or Sim 2 even. And she was very reminiscent of Weeping Angels in her face and structure. So, again with repetitive monsters, like, let's get some variation. The snowmen were cool. Why couldn't it just be like a massive snowman? Why did it have to turn into a human-like thing? Why do all the aliens keep looking like humans? It's just so unnecessary, and sorry about that beep. That was just my phone. I hope it's still filming. I'll find out soon. Number 5 was my biggest beef, which I've already mentioned before. The Doctor Who? Who? Oh, Doctor Who? I'm so over that pun. It's about as creative as Chang's puns in Community. Like, chang it up a bit, eh, Moffat? Like, really? It's just not funny. And maybe it's supposed to be coy, and maybe I'm just being really picky and should just shake it off, but I really can't stand it. And I know the show's called Doctor Who. I don't need reminding. Okay, let's move on to things I liked. Richard E. Grant, great stoic bad guy. Love that he was put in there. I know him best from the movie The Littlest Vampire, where he plays another pale stoic guy. So, hey, typecast there, but he does it well. I feel like his character wasn't really utilised enough to really appreciate Richard E. Grant's acting, but it is awesome and great that he was in it all the same. I liked the subtle Sherlock Holmes references, how she was the veiled lady and they were married in the companionship. I also did feel a bit like maybe Moffat was just tooting his own horn, like, I write Sherlock and Doctor Who, but at the same time we need to remember that he's a massive geek as well, and so I think he'd enjoy a crossover just as much as the rest of us, and maybe this was the only way he could weave it in. But now that we have Doctor Who references, Doctor Who referencing Sherlock Holmes, can we get Sherlock Season 3 to reference Doctor Who? Please? I think that would be fantastic. So the Deer Stalker was great, and all the other little Holmesian references. And I thought the setting was very 17th century Sherlockian times as well, which was quite cool. And then the number 3 was Mary Poppins. I was like, because she was a governess, it seemed very Mary Poppins-y, particularly with the umbrella, and I like that as well. And the fact that we as fandom have pointed out that Mary Poppins seems very much Time Lordy-like with her bag that's bigger on the inside, so I'm sure Moffat with his little internet elves would have picked up on that and used that to build that little reference, and if not, it was good. It was like all the crossovers across all the Christmas episode, so that was quite cool. And then number 4, I liked that Clara's reference was, she said pond was her word for the one-word question test, and it was a nice subtle nod to the ponds. And then the doctor took his glasses off and looked at them, and it was a very sweet, heartbreaking moment. So you remembered the ponds, and you really recognised that was his grief without having to, like, blatantly spell it out. I mean, they did spell it out with the word, but it wasn't like pictures of Rory and Amy. Like, it was just a little subtle emotional nod, and I liked that. And I liked number 5 was I liked the bow tie, a cool thing, and how I didn't even realise he tied it, and so it was sort of just him having his cloud of grief dissipate, and I thought that was very cute, as well as heartbreaking as well. So it seemed to be very lots of cute and heartbreaking things in this episode, and so all up, I liked it. I mean, I didn't love it, but I'm not a big fan of Christmas specials, but it was better than I expected, and I'm hoping that based on that promo of the new season, we're going to go to new planets and see new aliens, because I saw the Cybermen and I'm over the Cybermen. I want new aliens and I want to go to galaxies. No more London, no more America. Take me to the space. Let's visit some planets. So I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I will see you in the new Who.